tent, they have a compression tester. They put the barrel in the tester, pushes down on it, gives a compression reading. If the reading falls below 225, they hold on to the bat till the end of the tournament, and then they give it back. If it's above that, then it goes in the barrel. Each team's allowed to have 20 bats in the barrel.
That's the first time I've seen this.
Yeah.
It comes up with everybody. Maybe I should try
all day long. I'm losing money on that.
I'll be back later. Bye, Mama. I'll be back. All right. Thank you. Thanks, man. Flag ceremony for the 480.
What you gonna do? What do you want to say? They're doing the flag ceremony.
We want both teams in the dugout.
Yeah, I'm trying to get as many people over here as possible. For a local wounded soldier. No, I'm not soldier. No, I'm not.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Alrighty, if we could have your attention on field 3. Field 3, there will be a short flag ceremony for a local wounded soldier. Everyone to field 3, flag ceremony for a local wounded soldier. We would appreciate your attendance.
Guy, you're the Navy. Come over here, right? We the Navy?
Marines.
You're the Marines?
Yes, sir.
Come out with join us.
I'll join him. Del Sanders wants to go out. That's what I say, where's Pat? Pat Del Sanders. Where's Pat go? Gotta go further out. It's about 10 feet out there. Oh, that should be good. I sat in the jump seat on the way out here. 5 hours. Felt like 4.
See it?
Brownie out there.
Yeah, Brown's there.
Brownie said to go out there. You want to jump?
Johnny. Pat, I going?
Oh, I feel better now. I feel better.
Are you live? Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please rise for a U.S. flag ceremony by members of an Armed Forces veterans organization called For the Fallen and Army Specialist John Boland, a wounded U.S. Army service member from Operation Enduring Freedom. This organization assists with the transition for wounded service members as well as the families of those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Part of the transition process of these veterans is to be a part of a public event and to just spend time with people. Our team will continue to raise awareness at each event that we participate in to give thanks to these great Americans who volunteered to be members of our armed forces. Let us begin with a moment of silence in respect for a fellow member of For the Fallen who recently endured a hardship of a loss and the elation of a birth on the same day. Though Sydney Amaya Vincent is here with us in spirit today, her twin brother Daniel Rashawn Vincent is doing well with his parents, Kim and Pony Vincent. Thank you. At home plate, you will see co-founder and head coach of For the Fallen organization and softball team, Mr. Chris Cheney, who has served 18 distinguished years of government agency service and who is a descendant of veteran officers of the United States Army and Marine Corps. He's accompanied by co-founder and assistant head coach of For the Fallen, U.S. Army retired Sergeant First Class Jamie Fragazzo, and co-founder and active duty member of the United States Army, Chief Warrant Officer 2, Jermaine Flythe, as well as Specialist John Bolin, a wounded U.S. Army service member and our honorary team captain. Other members of the organization and softball team are also lined up on the field, along with Mr. Pat Dow Sanders and Scott Brown. My name is Major Greg Zayas, and I'm a 15-year veteran of the United States Army and also a co-founder of the organization. Will you please join me in giving a warm welcome to Specialist John Bolin in recognition for his service as a member of the United States Army. Specialist John Bolin was wounded in action on 8 January of 2012 while deployed in Zabul, Afghanistan as a member of 1st Battalion, 24th Infantry of the 25th Stryker Brigade Combat Team. Specialist Bolin earned a Purple Heart for sustaining 3 gunshot wounds by an Afghan National Army soldier. He and his very good friend, Private First Class Dustin Napier, were the only 2 soldiers wounded during that firefight. Private First Class Dustin Napier later passed on due to the injuries sustained during this battle. Specialist Bolin currently resides here in Fort Lewis, Washington, while going through the Warrior Transition Unit and is pending a medical evaluation board to convene to determine his future with the United States Army. Notice that there is a United States flag being displayed on the field. This flag is used as part of our flag ceremonies at each of our events where we honor the sacrifices and commitments to these of duty for these fallen warriors, wounded service members, and their families. We are honored to tour with a flag that was flown over the Pentagon post 9/11 to honor service members who gave these ultimate sacrifices. The Pentagon flag was presented to us by the late and former Army General Counsel Avon Williams. He survived the attack on the Pentagon on 9/11 and was instrumental in the recovery and rebuild efforts as well as the war on terrorism. We present the flag in our ceremony to those we honor, and then we provide them with a flag in a shadow box to commemorate this honorable event. The flag and ceremony promotes awareness to all of the Americans of the enormous sacrifices our armed forces make on a daily basis. This flag was transported under the care of members of the organization and presented to Mr. Cheney before the presentation. At this time, Head Coach Chris Cheney is passing the U.S. flag to Assistant Head Coach, Sergeant First Class retired Jamie Fragazzo. The flag is now being passed on to Chief Warrant Officer 2, Jermaine Flythe. He is now passing the U.S. flag to Specialist John Bolin. Now the U.S. flag is being returned to Mr. Cheney, the current keeper of the U.S. flag. After this event, the U.S. flag will be properly packaged and controlled by members of the organization until the next event. For the Fallen will be participating and presenting the Pentagon and passing of the flag ceremony in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota as part of the 30th Annual Dudley Classic, 15 through 17 June. As a token of appreciation for his dedication and selfless service to our great nation, current U.S. Army's Sergeant First Class Dexter Avery and U.S. Navy veteran Alex Puskarich are presenting Specialist Bolin with a U.S. flag secured in a shadow box and a military style coin with For the Fallen, as well as a certificate of appreciation. The back of the shadow box has been signed by each member of the organization, which he will be able to display for others to see. Each time he looks at this shadow box, he will remember having an individual flag ceremony here in Kent, Washington. Please join me once again in a round of applause for Wounded Army veteran, Purple Heart recipient, Specialist John Bolin. At this time, I'd like to give special thanks to the following individuals: Arizona USSSA State Director and this event's Tournament Director, Elliot Clark, for his support and allowing us with the opportunity to perform this flag ceremony as well as participating in this great softball event. Don Cooper from Combat Sports for all that he does for softball around the country and around the globe. Brett Helmer of Easton Sports, and Marty Graham and John Jones of 3 and 2 Sports for their continued support of softball equipment and turfs shoes to our organization. The staff here at the Kent Softball Complex for the great job that they have done through all of the rain and making sure that we can participate in this great event. Let's give them a round of applause as well. Also, Softball Center founder Dale Weiser, better known as DW, for his support of our organization, as well as major softball around the country as a blogger and reporter, and for all of those that have contributed to this organization to make this event possible. Feel free to learn more about our organization by visiting the website forthefallen.org or speaking to any of our individuals on the field that you see. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Now let's enjoy some more softball. Once again.
We're actually going to play. Thank you. We're actually looking to find a we're trying to do that. We actually want to recognize a lot of new I don't want to use You don't have any more pedals for me, do you?